I need you to imagine something. You press play on the Batman. The Batmobile fires up. That engine growls. And instead of just hearing it, you feel it. The room flexes. The walls disappear. The car tears past you like it's actually in your living room. That's the kind of energy the Samsung Q990F brings to the table. And here's the wild part. It's not even trying to reinvent the wheel. It just doubles down on what already worked. And then tightens every screw. Let's talk about it. First impressions. This is not just a soundbar. The HWQ990F isn't a single bar you toss under your TV and call it a day. It's a 4-piece setup. The main soundbar, 2 rear speakers, and a redesigned subwoofer. Together, you're getting a full 11.1.4 channel system with 23 speakers firing sound in every direction. That means sound in front of you, behind you, above you. Not simulated, not hinted at, actually placed around the room. And when Dolby Atmos kicks in, it's ridiculous in the best way. You don't just hear rain falling in an Atmos track. You hear it land above you. Drift. Move. It's the kind of thing that makes you stop mid-scene and just grin. That subwoofer. Why is it so small? Let's address the obvious change. Samsung shrunk the subwoofer. The older model had this tall, heavy, almost intimidating presence. The new one? It's compact, a cube. Way easier to tuck beside a couch or hide near a cabinet. And I'll admit I was skeptical. Usually, smaller means compromise. Nope. This thing still slams. Deep, meaty bass that punches when it needs to and rumbles when the scene calls for it. But here's what surprised me. It's more controlled. It doesn't just boom for attention. It breathes. It layers. Explosions hit hard. Engines growl with texture. Musical scores carry weight without turning muddy. So yes, it's smaller, but it absolutely doesn't sound smaller. Honestly, unless you're measuring it with a ruler, you'd never guess. Surround that actually surrounds. You know how some surround systems feel like everything is still coming from the front? Not here. When something moves across the screen, the sound tracks it. Cleanly. Precisely. If a car whips from left to right, you hear it travel. If a jet flies overhead, it arcs above you. The rear speakers aren't background decoration, they're active. Aggressive when needed. Subtle when they should be. The soundstage is wide. Huge, actually. It fills space in a way that makes your TV feel twice its size. And if you own a compatible Samsung TV, Q Symphony lets the TV's speakers join the party instead of sitting idle. It adds even more scale and volume. It's one of those features that sounds like marketing fluff, until you try it and realize the room just got bigger. Dialogue. Finally, no more rewinding. We've all been there. Explosion. Whispered line. What did they say? Rewind. The HWQ990F automatically boosts voices when background noise in your room spikes, someone starts talking near you, a C kicks on, it compensates. And it's subtle. It doesn't make dialogue sound artificial or sharp. It just clears the fog. Late night watching is even better thanks to private audio mode, where you can lean more on the rear speakers without blasting the whole house. It feels smart without being annoying about it. Gamers, this one's for you. 2 HDMI 2.1 inputs, 4K at 120 Hz pass-through. So yes, your console can run straight through it without bottlenecking performance. But what matters more, it doesn't feel laggy. Explosion sync. Gunfire lands exactly when it should. There's no sound delay weirdness that pulls you out of the moment. And with Game Mode Pro engaged, it sharpens directional cues. Footsteps, distant shots, environmental details. You're not just playing, you're inside the arena. Music. Surprisingly good, with one caveat. Dolby Atmos music? Fantastic. Tracks feel layered, vocals float. Instruments occupy space instead of blending into a wall of noise. It's immersive in a way traditional stereo just can't match. Standard stereo music. Still good, clear, wide, detailed. But if you're a hardcore audiophile chasing ultra-warm boutique hi-fi vibes, there are standalone speakers that might edge it out for pure musicality. This is a cinema-first system. It does music well, but movies and gaming are where it absolutely flexes. Design. Let's be honest. Here's where I have to be real. The new subwoofer looks great. Compact, clean, easier to place. The main bar and rear speakers, they feel slightly less premium than the previous generation. The materials don't scream luxury quite as loudly. And that front LED display, still hard to read from across the room. It's not a deal breaker, especially since the SmartThings app handles deeper control beautifully. But if you rely only on the tiny display, you might squint a bit. So yeah, not flawless. But nothing here affects what really matters. The sound, setup, shockingly easy. Plug the bar into HDMI EARC. Plug in the sub and rears. They sync wirelessly. That's it. No spaghetti cables across your floor. No AV receiver. No calibration microphone on a tripod. It even tunes itself to your room using built-in mics with SpaceFit Sound Pro, adjusting bass and balance automatically. You can tweak more in the app if you want, or you can leave it alone and just enjoy it. The price question. Let's not dodge it. This is premium territory around $1,599. There are cheaper surround systems. There are all-in-one bars that cost less. And here's the twist. The previous model is still floating around at a lower price, and the upgrade this year is mostly that redesigned subwoofer. So if you already own the last generation, you don't need this. But if you're stepping into this tier for the first time, this is the one to beat. The performance is top tier. The immersion is real. The bass is powerful without being sloppy. The gaming support is future-proof. The feature set is stacked. It feels like a complete system, not an accessory. So, should you buy it? If you want your living room to feel like a cinema without installing ceiling speakers, yes. If you game at 4K 120 Hz and don't want to sacrifice performance, yeah. If you're tired of flat, lifeless TV audio, absolutely yes. Just know you're paying for premium, and know that visually, it's more subtle than flashy. But once the lights go down and the movie starts, you won't care what it looks like. You'll be too busy grinning when that first overhead effect makes you look up instinctively. And that's when you know a soundbar did its job.